Have you been to the Holiday Inn in La Cienega? It's amazing. Okay, thanks for coming out. And thanks for being here tonight, too.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So I'm going to read my book. And, hi, cute guy. I'm going to read my book, and just bear with me because I just started with Hooked on Phonics, and it's not been going so well. Anyway, and then we'll do a little Q&A. You come up here and we'll take pictures, and you can hang out with the rainbow bears. I don't know what that is, but they're cute. Okay. I'm going to try to read it upside down so you can see the pictures. Or, I'm sorry they're sold out. Actually, I'm not sorry they're sold out, but I'm glad. But I'm sorry that they're not here so you can read along, because it's fun when you read along. It's just like going to a Scientology meeting. But you don't have to marry Katie Holmes when you leave. Oh, and they're going to get more books on Thursday, and I'm going to come back and sign them all. So if you want one, you can order one. So that was the retail portion of our evening. Okay. But I will try to read it upside down, which I'm getting very good at. The spring that Trumpet was born, there were so many new foals in the pasture. That one's always tough, upside down. Oh God, it's really hard. There were so many new foals that season that there were almost no one noticed there was one sassy little colt who didn't belong to any of the mares. For the most part, the foals born that spring were like those born every year before. Some were dappled, and some had stars between their eyes. Some were frisky, and some were shy. But the little orphan colt was different. He had a coat that was as white as falling snow, a mane that was golden as summer sunshine, semi-autobiographical, and a whinny so loud and so clear that everyone took to calling him Trumpet. The loud part is so not about me. Not a soul knew where Trumpet had come from, but he could run as swiftly and jump as high as any of the foals, so the mares just shrugged their shoulders and took the little scamp in. And for that first year, Trumpet was just like all the other kids. They frolicked and raced through the summer. That's him frolicking. In the fall, they discovered scrum-diddly-umptious apples together. I did a reading in New York, and I had a sign language lady, and it took forever for her to spell out scrum-diddly-umptious. And when the winter snow fell, they slept nuzzled together in the big red barn, looked after by all the mares, and treated like a brother by his friends. Trumpet was easily the most popular colt around. The trouble started on the morning of Trumpet's first birthday, when a bump began to grow at the top of his forehead. Not acne, people. At first, the bump hid under Trumpet's bushy forelock, so no one noticed what was happening. But before long, it poked through his hairdo. Eye contact. Icky, he heard Sunshine whisper when she thought he couldn't hear her, and Weird tuck-a-buck away whinnied back. That's his, what you talking about, Willis, look. But the bump grew and grew, and by the time autumn arrived, it had become a full-fledged horn. You guys are so good, you're following along. Meet me at the Scientology Center later. A horn that got caught in the low branches of the apple tree during races in the meadow, and accidentally poked Wooligan in the eye. Oh. After that, Sunshine told Trumpet that he couldn't play with them anymore. All of Trumpet's besties looked at him like he was some sort of hideous beast, so Trumpet began to spend his time alone. He avoided the cool shade of the apple tree in the pasture and moved down to the last stall in the barn. Every night, his head was the first to hit the hay, and the only one with a horn. Still the others whispered about him. What's wrong with him, they asked one another when they thought Trumpet couldn't hear them. What is wrong with me, Trumpet asked himself. I don't want to be different. This is the 8th grade, people, okay? Different is awful. But he still has his little sidekicks. We all had little sidekicks. Monica Snyder was mine, God love her. Then one night, Trumpet awoke to the sound of nervous whinnying. The barn was full of smoke. At the far end, 2 mares were trying to stamp out a fire, but the flames were spreading quickly under their hooves. This is a long book. I'm exhausted. I need a drink. All the other ponies were rearing, clamoring, and pawing at the barn doors, but they wouldn't budge. Through the crack between the doors, the ponies could see that the latch was securely fastened. Even the smallest pony-sized hooves and snouts were too big to fit through the narrow space and open it. Do you know what's... This is where it becomes very much like this book. And at that precise moment, Trumpet knew it was good to be different. He pushed through the other ponies, just like the Barney's Warehouse sale. Poked his horn between the doors and began to raise the latch. It was harder than it looked. It is sounding like this book. This guy plagiarized me. The barn was burning and the other ponies were crowded around and pushing. When the latch finally came free, the barn doors swung open, and Trumpet and all his friends sprang out into the chilly night. By the time the farmer reached the barn, everyone was safe. But how did they get the barn doors open, he wondered. Then, for the first time, the farmer noticed Trumpet. The rest, if you will, is history. After the local news ran the story, everyone wanted to see the real live unicorn, because the farmer could clearly see that Trumpet was a unicorn. Suddenly, being different was super, and soon Trumpet was traveling all over the world, making new friends and causing a sensation, being a famous, one-of-a-kind, too-good-to-be-true, can-you-believe-it wonder. Look, there he is on America West. Notice he hasn't had a meal in days. Oh, and this is the fame and fortune section. Season the parade. Right, that's Santa Monica Boulevard right there. You can see Mickey's in the distance. And Trumpet book signing. And for all of you in the know here, I made them make his little autograph a horseshoe, like he was stamping it. You have a little inside scoop. And here he is on Channel 5, WYMI. And some merchandising materials, which will be here later, just in time for the holidays. And after that, Trumpet was whisked away, and things at the stable just weren't the same. See, now they're sorry. But maybe they'll be different again come the spring. Isn't that cute? Thank you. Now, this is the part where I usually do a little question Q&A, if anyone has any, questions they were dying to know about me or the book or about Southeast Asian economics. I can wing that one. So does anyone have any questions? And then we'll do the signing. Do you look like you have a question? You just look like you're so burning to ask me something.
Well, there is something.
Okay. You can ask me. No, please, I'm here for you. I'm a healer.
I'm more thinking that you could help me with my dressing.
Oh, I could. Well, are you straight?
No.
No? Okay, good. Because we tried that Queer Eye for the Straight Girl thing and it did not work. Okay, we'll have a consultation afterward. They've got some books on style here. I'm sure we'll dig something up. I can figure it out. Oh.
My mom would love those.
I got these at the Gap. No, I'm lying. I just wanted y'all to be like, that jackass. They're a Roberto Cavalli sample. But, they're not worth the dry cleaning. I mean, I took them in once and it was like more than my car payment. I was like, you know what? They can just get dirty. I'll sell them on eBay later. Oh, the watch. It's just, cubic zirconia. Paris Hilton has a new watch out. I went to the Paris Hilton watch is $100,000. No, really, I'm serious. It comes in a box bigger than a Hummer. But yeah, she's out there selling those. So if you're looking for one, yeah, you'll probably get it cheaper later. Anyone else? Questions? Concerns? A community forum, perhaps? This is my first children's book. Yes.
How did it come about?
How did it come about? Basically, I just wanted to copy Madonna. Except for the broken clavicle part. Ow. No,